Play surges forward. Possibility!
Retro football. It's here, it's serious. This is serious business now, guys. It's FIFA 19 on the Sony PlayStation 3. Dave is capturing via the Elgato capture card on the PlayStation 3 from Dave's console. How are you doing, mate? And can you remember who fired this request in?
Their name actually started with file name. Was it 2595 or 2959, something like that?
Spot on. That's exactly what it was. You must remember, guys. My memory isn't the best. Yeah, big shout out to file name. Someone else also then replied in the comments saying this game was the last PS3 disc released, I think.
Yeah, that sounds about right. FIFA's often were, because it was similar, I think, on the PS2, if memory serves me correctly.
So as you can see, guys, you're getting all the raw stuff, all the real stuff here. Dave's setting this up from scratch. We haven't played this yet, so this will be interesting. Yeah, I own this. I've mentioned this before on Xbox One. I have this digital. I like it. It's a decent FIFA. I say I like it. It's okay. It's incredibly easy. That's the issue.
This one is. Okay.
Yeah, on Xbox One. But I haven't played the PS3 version. I didn't even know it existed.
Okay. Manchester United versus not City. I'd rather not play City. Spurs.
Do an
Arsenal,
easy game.
Okay, do an easy one.
Yeah, so you can score a goal. Play against a championship team.
Villa. Yeah, okay, let's play Villa from that.
That Villa side were okay, to be honest. I think they topped the championship that season. But anyway, doesn't matter if Dave scored goals or not, does it, guys? Enhanced broadcast. Look at that.
Yeah, what's that? Because I always use telebroadcast. That was my camera for this game.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so we'll do our usual things. Yeah, look at that team.
So, yeah. God. Yeah, that's... Have Lingard playing his flute.
Here we go. Let's go for it.
So, yeah, this was on PS3. Was it on the 360 as well, I wonder? It must have been.
Yes, I think it was. Oh, and of course you had these little mini games. I remember these.
Yeah, I like these, I have to say. This is cool.
Here we are.
So the PS3, as we all know, was a powerhouse, guys. Pretty difficult for developers to get the grips with, but by the end of its life, we were getting games like The Last of Us, etc. It was a very, very capable console. This looks alright, you know.
Yeah, graphically this looks okay for a PS3 title, because by the time FIFA 19 came out, we were knee-deep into PS4 and Xbox One territory, weren't we?
So the interesting thing with this is going to be on Xbox One and on PS4, this is running on Frostbite. Is it Frostbite for the PS3 and 360? I don't think it's going to be.
No, I think it's going to be the previous engine that was before that. Was that the Ignite engine that would have been on PS3 as well? That's an interesting question, actually.
I don't know. It was Ignite for sure on PS4, because the Ignite games on PS4 were fantastic. But I don't know about the previous gen consoles. Because this, to me, looks very similar to the game we covered last time round in regards to how it plays and stuff. That kind of engine.
FIFA 10,
FIFA 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It feels very similar. Actually, feels a bit tighter and a bit slower than FIFA 10, which is good. It's a good thing. Oh, it's in! Lukaku! Oh, almost.
So what's going on with the player numbers on the back of United shirt is you can hardly see them. Now, it's not a graphical glitch. I just think it's the design with this game.
It must be. Now, can you do the classic instant replay where you do... Yeah, they're there. Yeah, I can see them. There they are.
It's just a thing when it's zoomed out. You can hardly see them. Some games did that with footy games on the older consoles. It was weird.
Yeah, it is. It must be a... What's the word? LOD. Level of detail setting or something?
Yes.
It's strange because the PS3 versions of FIFA I always thought looked a little bit rougher than the 360 versions.
Yeah, I found the same, actually. We used to prefer the 360 FIFAs, didn't we? This looks good, though, gameplay-wise. It looks better than... Or very, very different to the Xbox One, the next-gen, as it was known as then, version.
Oh, good save. I like this. Dare I say it, I'm glad that FileName suggested to give this a go on PS3 specifically. This is really, really good. This is a good FIFA game.
Yeah. Thanks for the suggestion, guys, because like they've just said, it's cool seeing a FIFA that I would not have considered. I will also check this out myself. That damn Frostbite engine. It's just... no one likes it. You never hear many people say, oh yeah, the Frostbite FIFAs, such good memories, they were the best. They've been dog turd on Frostbite.
They have, and that's a case of, and I think you've touched on this previously in videos you've done on the subject of Frostbite and FIFA. Frostbite was not really an engine that was built for football games. It was built for Battlefield, FPS games, where you've got destroyable environments. It was designed for that, wasn't it? Not a football game.
And it was fantastic in Battlefield.
Frostbite. It was, yeah.
It worked really well with it. Like you say, you did the destructible scenery and that kind of thing. It really suited, that engine suited the FPS games. It's never suited FIFA. It just doesn't feel right. Whereas this, on this, whatever engine this was running on the older gen consoles, it just worked. It just played. It's quite similar to a good PES game.
Oh, I'd agree with that, yeah. It's quite similar to the classic really, really good PESs that we used to play on PS2. It flows nicely. The physics are decent. I'm going to say that now. They're very, very good. The ball physics are decent. This is really, really good and playable. And I would have preferred to play this over the 19 that we did play on PS4.
I think the guy who was behind this engine or these FIFAs on the older consoles, David Rutter, I'm going to bring his name up again, guys. He was integral to FIFA becoming a good game and a good competitor to PES. I think he was watching or playing a lot of the PES games and said, this is the direction we need to be headed in. And FIFA were just getting it right. They had the financial backing to do so. They're a far more capable company these days, anyway, than Konami were turning into. But for whatever reason, he left EA, and he left them quite abruptly. I don't know the full details behind it, guys. So yeah, but that's the story in a nutshell when it comes to Rutter and FIFA and where it was.
And it's a big shame as well, because I remember reading lots of tweets by him. He was a decent guy. He really was, and he loved his football. And I know we've seen videos of, you know, modern FIFA games. There was one, do you remember, where there was 3 people sat at a training pitch talking about how they wanted it to be really realistic and they wanted it to really represent the game. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. FIFA 23 is abysmal.
Spot on. You make a good point there about being passionate and really, really caring about his craft and the project, because Seabass was the same at Konami with PES. He would not allow PES to be watered down or to have basically the shareholders having their say, and he was like, no, this is my vision, this is how I think a football game should play and how it should look. And then Seabass disappeared from PES, and we all know what PES is like now, or as Dave and I call it, E-Peen. It's just it's just woeful, and that's because it hasn't got Seabass's genius. I don't think he's involved anyway. I could be way off there and making a fool of myself, but I'm pretty sure Seabass hasn't been around for a while. He's on. It's Shinners.
It's Valencia.
That's Valencia. That's a penalty.
It's a penalty.
Oh, he's given it. He's given the penalty.
The referee has given the penalty. Wow.
That was... I know that player. I can't remember his name. Anyway, it's Pogba to do his weird run-up.
It's Pogba. Oh, Dave. Pogba. Oh, my... Hey, the DJ celebration I always used to do.
Yeah, you always used to do that. And the goalkeeper dived over it, I think. He got confused. What?
That penalty system was a joke.
That's Nyland in goal for Villa then. He'll be getting the sacked after that. But, mate, like we usually do, quit out of this. Have a look at the career mode, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. So let's go quit that. Let's have a look. So we have to do a new career. So you're going to see it all roaring from the start. Here we go.
These
2
menus
options.
and that are identical to the next gen, more or less.
Yeah. Let's pick. I'm going to pick United. Yeah, might as well. There's my game settings. That's all fine. Yeah, I'll use the default squads because I'm not putting this PS3 online, and we'll be Mr. Manager again.
So yeah, it's all the same options. Actually, no, I'm wrong on that. I think in this FIFA on Xbox One and PS4, you did get to choose from a small selection of generic managers, avatars, and you'd see them on the sidelines then.
Yeah. That does ring a bell. And couldn't you customise on some FIFAs as well and make them look different?
That was later FIFAs again. So that was FIFA 20. That was FIFA 20 onwards, mate, that you're thinking of, where you actually could design the face and what he was wearing. Now, this one you've got to choose from a handful of pre-drawn, if you like, managers. Obviously, the PS3 was more limited in regards to memory and power compared to the PS4. So this is basically like the old FIFA games on... I'm confusing myself now, but yeah, you know what I'm saying, guys. This hasn't got the bells and whistles that you would have had with FIFA 19 on PS4, but gameplay-wise, this is better.
It is, yeah. It's way, way better. And it's down to that engine, isn't it?
For sure.
Right, let's not worry about pre-season invites. That's good, though. You have pre-season tournaments.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, all this looks exactly the same. De Gea's injured, apparently. He's got a little plaster icon next to him.
Oh, okay, that's not so good. Yeah, this is a bit more comprehensive than FIFA 10s that we looked at before, which was very, very basic. This is a lot more involving, shall we say. There's a lot more to do.
It's actually quite strange seeing this recent a FIFA on PS3, I have to say, because some of these players are sort of fresh in the memory still, like Lee Grant.
Yes, I remember him. That's right. He was like a third or fourth choice goalkeeper, wasn't he, at one point?
He was, yeah.
For Manchester United.
Did he play a match? Did he ever play a game? I don't know.
I can't remember him ever getting an appearance for us, unless there was a League Cup tournament that he played in. I can't remember.
So just going through the transfers here. Eden Hazard has gone to, I don't know, Bayern? Has he left Chelsea for Bayern there? Hey! Someone wants to buy Phil Jones. Snap their hand off. Leipzig?
Yeah, they can have him. But I'm going to...
He'd be lucky to get a transfer to Leon C, let alone Leipzig.
I'll reject him Mata, though, because I used to like Juan Mata. He was good.
So did I. We never utilised him. Always played him out of position on the right wing, and he hasn't even got any pace. It's ridiculous. He's number 10.
And always, you'd get this email very quickly about international management, which...
Hated that.
So did I. You've got to earn your stripes. You've got to be a top-level club manager for years before you should even be thinking about international.
Considered.
Yeah.
And I know it's a game. Maybe we are taking it a bit seriously, but we did take the career mode seriously, like a lot of players.
Yeah, we did.
But in real life, it's very rare, if at all, you get a football club manager managing the international team at the same time. It's like, come on.
It's just unrealistic, isn't it? It is just unrealistic. It used to bother me every time I saw that, and I never took on the manager's job for the international. I just wanted to focus on the club. Want to focus on the club team and developing the club team.
I think in recent FIFAs you could turn that off.
Yeah,
getting offered international management. It's just rubbish. I didn't want to do it.
Burnley could surprise a few. Chelsea's Hazard linked to Bayern. Yeah, I like that you got these little news snippets at the side here. That you could just click through. But yeah,
I'm with you, yeah.
You're going to see a lot of simulating, unfortunately, guys.
Yeah, you could have disabled the summer transfer window. That's what I usually do in this. Otherwise, you get all this. It's easy to miss, man. Don't worry about it. It's cool seeing all this, actually. All the stuff that the CPU is doing here behind the scenes. Because it's compared to, at the time, PES 2019. On the pitch was okay, but off the pitch was as bare bones as you can get. It was woeful. You didn't have all this sort of depth to it, with clubs making transfers and realistic transfers, although Phil Jones to Leipzig isn't the most of realistic. But yeah, it just... PES got, around this time, Fox Engine PES was really boring to play.
It was.
For any
Here we go.
amount of time.
We've got Manchester United versus Leicester City in the Premier League. Oh, hang on.
Have you simulated it? Yeah, you've simulated it.
Well, we won 1-0.
We've won 1-0. We're going to win the league.
Anyway.
I think that was the score in real life on United's opening match against Leicester.
I think it was. Yeah, I'm trying to remember that season. I think it was.
Yeah, these simulating screens when the transfer window's open is always quite slow, because again there's so much going on with all these players running around different clubs, from club to club, I should say.
Yeah.
Here we go, Brighton. So you can play this. You might have to stop simulation. I don't know. Sorry. Go on, mate.
I could also, where it's got that red microphone, do the press conference, which, that sounded really good, but unfortunately on paper it was terrible.
On this, it would have been make a comment on the player, make a comment on one of your own players, or make a comment on the rival manager. That's all it was. Press conference in these FIFAs.
Here we go. We're actually going to get a match now against Brighton away from home at the Amex. Now, I'm not sure, does this game have all the stadiums, I wonder?
That is a good point, because again, in Xbox One and PS4 versions, you will have all the Premier League stadia. So
let's see what we get. That
you do
like the Amex. Wow, that is pretty awesome that they did it on this version of the game as well. That would have been previous gen at that time. Wow.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
That is. I like that.
And also, what you're going to get, which I haven't considered until now, with this version compared to playing it again on the Xbox One or in the PS4, it's not going to be easy. FIFA 19 on Xbox, I've already said it a million times, guys, but it is ridiculously easy, even in Legendary. You're not going to get that with this. This is going to be like the old FIFAs that were challenging in Legendary.
Yeah, with the old engine, so the AI will also be similar to how it was in the older FIFAs that we used to love and were challenging. Definitely. I might have to play this a bit more. It's a shame also that during this time we didn't play previous gen FIFAs, because I think if we'd have taken this online, we'd have loved it.
I wish I'd kept my PS3, because by now I would have traded it. I would have got rid of it. I've only recently bought one again in the last few years, but another thing that's just come to mind, mate, as you got fouled there, and it's a big complaint with FIFA 19. No fouls. The CPU just doesn't foul you at all. It's very, very rare you get a free kick or a penalty.
That was something that used to plague Pro Evolution Soccer as well towards the end of the good days. You'd see literally no fouls whatsoever, because I remember us doing videos on my channel actually years and years ago, and you were saying, where are the fouls? And you were absolutely right, there was none.
It's because on the newer consoles, they started catering towards, and you've made this point before, the esports players. And esports, they don't want stop-start matches. They want end-to-end goal fests. So I'm sure they tweaked the code in the AI to sort of replicate that esport events that we used to get, which were just dreadful, by the way. And you've already had a foul in this. You've already been fouled, I should say, in this match, and we're not even up to 15 minutes yet.
Yeah.
So you've got the better gameplay. You've still got all the content, or a lot of the content, like the stadia, and you got the fouls and the challenge, and you're on the bloody older console. It's like, mate, that makes sense. It's just silly.
It's madness. It's utter madness. And I'm going to say something I've said previously. If they want to cater things to esports, just have an esports AI mode. Just give the rest of us that aren't interested in esports and want to play single player, give us decent AI. They won't, of course not. But if you want to tailor a game towards a specific type of player, give them that option.
Yeah, I completely agree, but they won't, because it's a cash cow. FIFA 24 will all be about Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
FIFA 25, I know it's not called FIFA anymore, but that will be all about Ultimate Team. You get what I'm saying, guys. It's done. These old classics are worth your time, guys. They're worth your time. If you want a good single-player football game in now, you've still got access to all of these games. You can pick up a PS3 from CEX or whatever the second-hand stores are called in your areas. Pick up this game cheap. You've got single-player football gaming. If you can put up with the older squads, that doesn't... I don't mind that at all, using the older squads, because it's not like these squads are super, super old, are they? You've still got some relatively new players here. Oh, here come Brighton.
Good block.
Good defending.
Yeah, you've still got some players that are active. Admittedly, they might not be at the clubs they're in on this game.
Yeah,
but
Lukaku's still playing. Pogba's still playing.
Yeah.
Phil Jones is still not playing. I don't think Phil Jones ever played, though. He was just at Man United. He never actually played.
And when he did, he pulled some funny faces and did some funny things.
Yeah, like that time he tried to head the ball on the floor in defence. That famous, I think it was against Chelsea, or I don't know who, but that famous photo which did the rounds on the internet for a few years. But yeah, that is FIFA 19. Keep the requests coming, guys. Thank you for the request for this. Very impressive. And as Brighton run it out for a throw in there, This has been Mike. Dave has been Dave. Look out for more content coming to the channel. We'll speak to you all very soon.
The play here. Alexis Sanchez. It's Young with the ball. Throw in here.